And joining us now to discuss this further is auto industry expert Glenn Lundy. Glenn, thank you so much for weighing in on this. So in your expert opinion, realistically, how long do you see this strike lasting and why?
Oh my goodness, Kelly, it's great to see you again. How long, right? That's the question on everybody's mind right now. And by the looks of it, with some of these demands, the politics that's getting involved, I think that we've got a long road ahead. Shawn Fain has made it very, very clear he's not going to back down. The manufacturers are saying the amounts that we're looking at here, I mean, it could bankrupt these companies, right? And so we're still far, far away. I think we got a long road ahead.
So I'm really interested, since you've given that response, for consumers then, what can buyers expect in the coming months if this in fact does drag on?
Yeah, so if there's an inventory shortage, which is quite possible if this drags out anywhere from 7 to 9 weeks, we're going to start to really see the effects of an inventory shortage. When there's an inventory shortage, just like there was in early COVID, then of course that's going to rise. It's going to increase the price, right? Price of new vehicles as well as the price of used vehicles, because that's what supply and demand does. So the consumers can expect that if this drags out 7 to 9 weeks. However, on the other side of that, the push towards electric vehicles is really at the heart of all of this, kind of behind the scenes. And that push to electric vehicles, they can be manufactured cheaper. They can be manufactured in other ways. That's kind of what Trump was pointing at with his comment that you showed earlier on the show. And so we could also see a rise as far as Tesla, Rivian, some of these other electric companies, because they're in full production while these other manufacturers are dealing with the strikes.
All right, really interesting. So let's bring this big picture, so to speak. What sort of impact could this strike have on the nation's economy? Do you think we could see a shift in Americans buying foreign cars instead?
Yes, I think we could definitely see a lot more of that. Toyota, Nissan, if they have their vehicles and the demand is there, then we could definitely see that shift. I think there's also going to be an economic impact, because what a lot of people maybe don't understand is how weaved into our economy the auto industry is, right? If you look at United States Steel Company, they're thinking about idling 1,450 workers if they don't have the ability to produce these cars, the steel for these cars. 2,000 workers are looking at getting laid off in Kansas, 600 workers getting laid off in Michigan, 300 more for Nucor. Like, there's all these tentacle, not the right word, but there's a lot of industries that feed into this. And as those workers get laid off as well, then obviously we have unemployment rates that go up, and the trickle down effect is massive.
Yeah, ripple effects across the country, that is for sure. Glenn Lundy, always a pleasure. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Kelly, for having me.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.